Robert Saleh, ladies and gentlemen. We applaud him as he comes out and sticks up for Zach Wilson. I watched the New York Jets week by week. And it wasn't until the third game of the season where I realized that Zach Wilson isn't any good. He hasn't been any good. Now, I know everybody wants to throw Nathaniel Hackett under the bus like I threw Mike LaFleur under the bus last year because I thought he was never any good. And maybe Nathaniel Hackett has some things you can blame against him. And same thing with Robert Saleh. Zach Wilson is the worst quarterback in the NFL. And I know a lot of Jet fans says that this isn't Zach Wilson's fault. This isn't all his fault. Are you kidding me? If there was anybody, the quarterback for the New York Jets against the Vegas Raiders, they absolutely beat him. If you had Trevor Siemian as the starting quarterback, the Jets win. If you watch the Jets right now, this team isn't good. Their defense is fantastic. This is one of the top 4 defenses in the league. They're a shutdown defense. And the Jets, if they had Aaron Rodgers right now, I think the Jets are 8-1 or 7-2 as Aaron Rodgers is starting quarterback for this team. This offensive line isn't any good. We don't even know who the starting left tackle is going to be this week. Is it going to be Brown? Is he coming back? Are we moving Mekhi Becton to the right tackle position? What are we doing at the guard position? Laken Tomlinson, is his hand hurting him? Is his knee hurting him? Is his balls hurting him? Who knows? Is Max Mitchell playing guard? And then we have Tippmann, who I think is a good player. I think he's going to be a fantastic center in this league if he could stay healthy. Zach Wilson, it doesn't matter if this offensive line was the Lions' offensive line. Zach Wilson is a horrible quarterback. He is not any good. He hasn't been any good. He can make some fantastic throws. His arm strength, fantastic. He could throw the ball down the field on a Hail Mary at the end of the game and almost put the ball in Garrett Wilson's hands or Conklin's hands. Good for him. Congratulations to him. Does it really make a difference? What we have seen with this team and this offense has been despicable. You bring in Dalvin Cook this year, you think that he was a great fit for this team and this organization. He's an absolute bust. He might be done as an NFL player. Now, he didn't have a preseason. He didn't have an off-season workout because he wasn't sure where he was going. He wasn't sure that he was going to stay with Minnesota. He wasn't sure if the Jets were going to make a move for him because he had a baby coming. A lot of people thought that Dalvin Cook was not ready for the season. If you already knew that he wasn't ready for the season, why did he start the season as your second-tier running back? Now, we all know Michael Carter got waived. He sucked since the day they brought him in. They have Breece Hall, and for some reason, Nathaniel Hackett thinks that Zach Wilson's arm is going to beat the opposing defenses when you have a weapon like Breece Hall. It doesn't make sense. I don't care what his numbers have been in the last couple of games. He looks better. What is better? Not throwing interceptions? Who cares? He doesn't throw touchdowns. When was the last time Zach Wilson threw a touchdown? 3 games ago? 23 for 39. 263 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Even with your defense this good and this dominant, do you really think that you can win without a quarterback actually throwing more than 2 touchdowns in a game? The answer is no. Even Rex Grossman on the Chicago Bears, when that defense was fantastic, they had a great running game with Jones, but quarterback wasn't good. Rex Grossman in that season when they went to the Super Bowl threw more touchdowns than Zach Wilson has thrown in 3 years. I can't not throw Robert Saleh under the bus. You go to a press conference, you get these questions, and he says, it's not just Zach, it's all of us. We all got to be better. And you've been saying this week in and week out. You had smiles on your face when you beat the Eagles because the Eagles practically gave it away. Then you beat the Giants. Luckily, which you shouldn't have, because Gano missed a field goal kick twice, which cost the Giants, because it was raining. And nobody wanted to blame Zach because the ball was slipping out of his hands. You also played at Utah in a cold climate when it was raining and snowing. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the complaining because that is not an excuse. And then the last 2 games, you laid up 2 lousy goose eggs against 2 teams you are much better than. The Chargers, who have the worst secondary in football. You couldn't even throw a touchdown in the game when you were on the 20-yard line. Oh, no, because you have 8 or 9 penalties on 1 damn play. And then against the Vegas Raiders on back-to-back primetime games for the NFL to watch how bad this team is and how despicable this offense is. And all the Jet fans saying, Jets, 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 Jets. How about this? S-U-C-K, suck, suck, suck. That's what you are as an offense. You suck. You're a terrible offense. This is the worst offense I've ever seen the Jets have. And to think a young quarterback is going to be fixed, it is despicable. Get rid of him, drop him like a bad habit.